Back on the road again. Alright, so there was a topic that I've been avoiding to make a video on. That looks like an e-bike. Could be wrong. Yep, it is an e-bike. That's a giant brand e-bike. Anyway, the topic that I've been avoiding to make a video on and discuss about it is e-bike laws in Seattle, Washington, or basically the state of Washington. So a couple of weeks ago, they passed a law. I don't know exactly what the date is, so I'll put it on the bottom left of the screen. On Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 e-bikes. If you're watching this video, you guys know what 1, 2, and 3 is. And the following same week, on a Saturday, I decided to take a nice Saturday bike ride. I wasn't even going like 13.5 miles. That was the average speed I was going that day. And I wasn't passing anybody unless they were, towing a trailer on the back of the bike. And I wasn't being reckless or anything and all that stuff. And then one particular time I was riding, and the thing was, I stopped recording the video like 20 seconds, and a jogger on the opposite direction yells at me, no e-bikes on the trail, which I was on the Burke-Gilman Trail heading to Seattle. Now, I already read what's allowed and what's not allowed in the state of Washington, and my bike is a Class 2 pedal assist with a throttle and doesn't go more than 20 miles per hour. It's a Class 2, like I said, and it's allowed on the trails. Now, if I had a Class 3 bike, yeah, I would be on the trail because I would obey the laws. And so far, that was the only time in the year and a half I've been riding this bike. Year and a half, maybe a year and 3 months. Anybody that has yelled at me on a trail, no e-bikes are allowed. Now, I've seen a lot of Rad Rovers. I've seen a couple of Saunders, Rad Cities, Propel bikes, the one with the blue rims, Lime bikes with electric battery in the back, and a couple other brands on there. In the signage, like any of these signs here, it doesn't say no e-bikes on a trail. So until they change that, they should, if they don't want e-bikes on trail, they should change a picture on there, put no e-bikes on trail. In the previous video on the Viking tour, hold on. Let me go back in there a year. So on the Seattle bike ride, 25 miles, I met Chris and the other guys. And I think we had about 500 bikers. And no cyclists, gave us any grief about e-bikes or anything else. We all enjoyed the ride, and that's how it should have been. Now, last weekend, or the last video, maybe I'm out of 200, 300 people. We actually got, eye looking like, what are you doing on this event? And granted, my ticket was free from a sponsor who is riding an e-bike on that event. And if I didn't get the free ticket, it would have been $55. So if I paid my $55 dues, why are you yelling at me? It's a donation. I'm joining a good cause. That's something I don't understand. anything about that. And I'll show you a video. And the first pit stop that we went to. Now, I don't know if the guy that says, do you need to recharge that battery or something? And then, sorry, I want to mention Chris' name, but you know, I'm gonna. Chris, you know, said shut up. I don't think the other person was being rude. I think he just being questioned, and then because Chris took that offensively. Now, later on the ride, on the very steep hill, you know, the lady gave us a mean look and on there, so I'll show you a video on that. I apologize if you keep hearing the cars and everything else, so. So my understanding, the FLX Trail that I have, even the Generation 2, it's a Class 2 throttle, 50 miles top speed is allowed on the trails. Now would I take this on a dirt trail? Probably not, except for when I go through Bellevue in a little park, but it doesn't say no bikes on the trail, so this is considered a bike, so I wouldn't even go on a trail if there was a sign up there. But that's something, I don't know, ever since that law just passed, I just got more negatively with people, but I get more positive, you know, thumbs up and questions about e-bikes. So, you know, I don't know, that's just something that I've been trying to avoid, not to discuss and everything else. So I'll try to put a link in the bottom of the video on the news about that. Well, I've been on PSA 1. I'm usually on PSA 2 on this thing, so yeah. So on my way to Itzqua, I'm gonna have lunch, mocha freeze, and maybe a pizza, and then off to Bellevue to, if it's not busy, which probably will be, get me a shake and then off back to the house. So 44 miles, I think. This time I have my Strava app going, because last time I didn't have it going. Jeez. Okay, now I'm at PSA 2. I got a lot of these cotton balls, I don't want to call them, went in my eye. So yeah, so that's the thing I just want to mention, is that, you know, they're really a bit more strict on the e-bike laws and everything else. And New York, the mayor of New York finally lifted the ban on e-bikes. So what do you guys think?